In our last video, Coach Adam Brown, a co-host of the Four Verticals series of videos and a co-writer over at Tomahawk Nation, joined me as we discussed the returning quarterbacks for Florida State in 2020. This included James Blackman and Jordan Travis. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the newcomers to the program, Tate Rodemaker and Chuba Purdy, and see what they bring to the table as the quarterback at Florida State University. Look at Chuba Purdy, the 4-star coming out of the state of Arizona, and what he might bring to the table as a competitor for the quarterback race next year.
Yeah, so Chubba's a wild card. I mean, you watch his highlight tapes, and again, they're highlight tapes, so you're seeing the best of the best of his plays. This kid's got some gunslinger in him. I mean, look at him holding the ball way down low, that's a no-no at the college level. I mean, that thing's going to get swatted out of there, and it's going to be rolling on the ground, and he's going to be hearing it from Norvell on the sideline. But I mean, this is just a well-thrown ball in the back line, and his receiver, is running by people, which, again, is not going to happen at the college level, but you see good accuracy, good ball placement. Mechanics aren't the best, so I worry about repeatability. But you just get a glimpse of this kid's swagger.
Yeah, no, he looks like Brett Favre out there, just chucking the ball around. His receivers were able to get good releases pretty consistently. This is what his whole highlight film looks like. Whenever he throws the ball, he's throwing it 50 yards over everybody's head. This is actually one of his most impressive plays in the highlight tape, and it's his first.
He just airs this thing out. I mean, it's 45 yards, just perfect accuracy. Kind of leads the receiver away from the safety a little bit. Again, the mechanics aren't the best, which worries me, and the ball's kind of low, and he's got a little bit of a windup, but I think that'll get corrected as he gets into Norvell's system and Coach Dillingham gets his hands on him. But it's nice. It's nice to see accuracy. It's good to see, good decision making. Not that this decision was difficult, but the accuracy's there because, on our 4 verts, we've broken down plays where Brady White's missing these throws. And, if Brady White's making those throws at Memphis last year, Norvell goes undefeated.
Yeah, I think I would just like to see him, fit it into smaller windows on the intermediate side of things, and just try to do more challenging plays. Yeah, this is where all the people fall in love with Chubba here.
Oh, this is a 6'3", 215-pound quarterback running a 4.6 probably. This is stuff you can't teach. This is special. He's playing against kids that look a lot smaller than him, but he's looking like a man amongst boys out there.
He does look like a man amongst boys, which is never a bad thing, but I mean, these kids are like 5'7" that he's playing against. I mean,
you would love to see him doing this against Florida talent or Georgia talent or Alabama talent, but again, you get to see a skill set on display, and it gets you excited for what it could be. I just like how he carries himself. I think he's confident. I think he knows he's good. That always translates into good quarterbacks.
I don't know about that, but I think Norvell tends to bring in more the quiet type, so I think he kind of bucks the trend for a lot of Norvell's past quarterbacks, so I'll be curious to see how he melds with that.
So this play was good because we get an RPO look. We've seen Norvell's going to run RPOs. He's going to run them off of outside zone just like this play is. The ball could be driven in there a little bit harder, but good, quick, on-time release.
He can definitely throw the deep ball. He's got an arm to throw it deep, but that doesn't mean he's got the same arm to pull it down and make that throw in traffic. And I don't think he was really asked to do that a lot in high school, but I'd be very curious to see at the next level is he able to do this, because this might be a play that a college linebacker is able to get underneath.
It's tight, it's quick.
It is a quick release.
Those are things you're going to need on RPOs. But you're right. I mean, you'd like to see him drive that thing in there a little bit harder.
I think Tate Rodemaker brings a completely different skill set into the quarterback position here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tate's a rhythm guy. I mean, I think he is make a read, throw the ball. If the receiver's not there, I'm in trouble. But if the receiver's there, it's going to be a really good outcome.
Yeah, you can really tell he's a coach's kid, He knows this ball, where it needs to go, what receiver is going to be open. He sees the man coverage across the board. He's going to take the shot on this little corner route, and he delivers a good ball. I think he's a better pure passer as of right now than Chuba Purdy, but
ball placement's perfect. I mean, that's as crisp as you could be. But that back foot hits the ground, the ball's coming out. He knows where he's supposed to go, which is great. But again, I worry about when the play breaks down or when somebody makes a mistake or coverage switches, pre-snap on him.
We know with FSU's offensive line, it's not always going to be this pretty. All right, so this is, I think, a really good throw by him. This isn't the way this route is drawn up. It's a read by both him and the wide receiver. They see that the safety is coming over the top, and he just hits him back shoulder. The wide receiver is ready for it, and it ends up being a big gain.
Because Tate was able to come in for those couple practices in spring. We saw him doing some of this with success on some clips. Tate, he's able to drive that ball in there. I mean, he's got a good arm, and he throws it well on time to that back shoulder, which is something you're going to need when you're wanting to throw it deep too. You want to get those DBs off rhythm.
Yeah, and the fact that he knows to throw it back shoulder here shows a little bit of a maturity. Maybe if this was Chubba, he's trying to hit it deep, but Rodemaker is more concerned with getting the completion here, which comes with its pros and its cons.
Well, you can tell he understands the system. He understands what he's seeing on the other side of the field, and he puts the ball where it's supposed to be within those two constraints. So here's Tate on the move a little bit. It's good to see that he can move too. He's not just a statue quarterback. This is nice touch, which is something you don't talk about a lot with quarterbacks, but you get an idea of his hand talent here. He's able to put a little bit of touch on the ball and kind of finesse it to the kid out in the flat.
Yeah, this is about the most athletic play I could find on his highlight tape, and he moves his feet well. He knows where he's going with the ball. This is the first read. The hot read for this play is just to hit the little tight end kind of flowing, and it's just a good ball, getting it right over the guy's head.
Yeah, sometimes those first reads go the longest.
All right, this was my favorite of Rodemaker's throws here. This is an NFL-level throw. This out route about 10 yards deep. He hits him on a dime. You just can't defend that.
The coverage is actually pretty good, but he puts it spot on. His back foot gets in the dirt and the ball's coming out. Again, good tight mechanics, understanding where the ball needs to go.
I think in summary, for the two newcomers, Tate Rodemaker is going to be more likely to give you a consistency once he gets used to the system, which might take a minute. But Chuba Purdy is going to be the one that can come in there and just be really dynamic.
Yeah, but Tate's going to be consistent. And, consistency goes a long way.
I'll be really curious to see how Norvell wants to play these two guys, because I think based off what I've seen from Norvell, Tate fits his system better. He wants a guy that's going to be able to make that rhythm throw, just look one receiver, make a one side of the field read, and make a quick throw. But it's hard to overlook Purdy's athleticism and his abilities.
We're going to see it. I don't think either of them's going to project day one to be a starter. I think they're both going to need a little bit of time, but I do think we probably see both of them at some point this year. But I'm like you. With Chubba, it's a lot of projection because you only see a couple different throws on his highlight tape, whereas with Tate, you get to see a lot of different stuff. But I'm just curious to see how they get themselves acclimated, how they work on the playbook, and then just get translating it to the field.
Make sure to like and subscribe to this video and check us out over on Tomahawk Nation, where we've got more great content. Thanks.